and welcome along to Brisbane Road, East London, for this Conti Cup quarter-final between Tottenham Hotspur and semi-final of a major competition. And Manchester City very much the favourites, having already defeated Spurs twice this season, 7-0. Important that this space is for all of us to enjoy, regardless of your identity. Off and underway then in the final. All of them have gone ahead, of course. English weather playing up as it has a tendency to do in our cold winters. But no doubt about this time. And here's Chloe Kelly. She's always going on, charging down the wing, very hard to stop. Slightly heavy touch from Clinton. And immediately Manchester City can apply the pressure. Kelly. That win securing City's passage through, top of Group B with 10 points. Is Shaw. Shaw is a corner. Put her hand up immediately with the authority of a player who knew it had taken a little flick on the way back. Brighton and Hove Albion have just scored, just as I said that. Here goes Clinton playing it inside, losing out to Hasegawa. Of Conti Cup football tonight. Neat passing possession from Manchester City. You'd expect City, where they actually had to fight back to draw 2-2. Tena Castellanos now departed, and Laura Coombs scoring to get them the draw. But then ball sent a little more directly forward, and it's fallen for Park, who plays it inside. Slightly careless loss of possession from Clinton. And now Hemp can build. Intricate touch. He's still making something of it. Hasegawa gets there before Clinton, but Villahamon. Spurs for now down to 10. Slightly heavy touch from Wang. Hasegawa. Alexandri. On the underlap. Coming inside to a central midfield position like you see a lot of modern fullbacks doing. Hasegawa at the base of the midfield. Last time around under Ryan Skinner. It's brought, as well as some new signings and fresh impetus, a real Spurs play out from the back. That's very new to them this season under Robert Villahamon, and very much a change of style from things. Did also beat the Gunners in the WSL. That's another mark of progress. Here goes Wang Shang, who's progressing really nicely. Slides it through. Possibilities here for Spurs. Martha Thomas cuts inside. Your Rolls Royce of a centre half. City's captain to get something there. And for those who don't wish to have a score update from both those two games, mute your audio now. Played down the line, they've worked that overload really nicely, Manchester City. Since these sides first played each other almost 5 years ago to the day in the FA Cup. And Gemma Bonner saw Manchester City through. Horton's still at Manchester City, of course, not in the squad tonight due to an ankle knock. In Manchester City's favour, Park. Still going, has a shot, but it... And now we'll come back for treatment. It wasn't a head. He will fancy their chances to build something. Park. Lots of space here for Kelly. Kelly in. Brilliance. Scored a really important second goal to all but kill the game off against Leicester City at the weekend, which meant that Liverpool stay above Spurs in the table. Liverpool 5th, Spurs 6th. The gap goal difference. Manchester in swinging right boot of Kelly. They do go short as predicted. And that sets up Hasegawa. The Japanese international certainly can produce moments of magic. Not the best pass. Alexandri kept things moving though. Hasegawa. Kelly trying to work her way through, well defended by Amanda Nielden. Hasegawa. Hemp. Goes round the outside, just dinks one in towards Shaw. Press. No, speaking to a few different scouts and analysts, there's a feeling that one of the reasons why Spurs particularly struggle against Manchester City. Nielden loses it in a tight space against Kelly. Kelly's cross of her career that she's become a left-sided centre-back as opposed to a left-back. And part of it was actually due to a big injury crisis. One of the real focal points, but such an impressive part of her game. The cross and tie as well against WSL opposition, playing Everton. Plenty of other ties to. And then clips it forward. Wang loses out to Hasegawa. October 2022 against Leicester City. She's more often providing from deep. Shaw tries her luck, so it's not exactly like Spurs have been our only victims of Khadija Bunny Shaw's brilliance. Clipped forward, what a ball that is. And it's found Wang Shuang, who is back with Greenwood again. Hugely experienced as well, once of Manchester United, Liverpool, Notts County and Everton. Goes on, that's very classic Manchester City. Lauren Hemp and Chloe Kelly consistently switching flanks, causing all sorts of problems, as here comes Hemp again, was looking for Shaw. It's an all too familiar Hasegawa. Hasegawa to strike one! Oh, that's magnificent! Her first Manchester City goal in almost a year and a half. A moment of magic from the Japanese international. A well-worked short set piece. Hasegawa let rip. But my goodness me, a goal of that quality was certainly worth waiting for. Albeit it. Real test of Robert Villahammond's Spurs. Not just Sumanen. Wang. Neil Den offering herself on the outside. Wang instead looked for Thomas. Angeldal, who sometimes struggle for minutes and make it easy to necessarily break in. Came onto Manchester City's radar after the year. Joined Manchester City from BK. Hemp dropping in 2.7, 2.8 goals per game. Thanks to @M. Little touch on from Angeldal. Kennedy on for Hasegawa. Behind to beat Chelsea 3-1. Since departed to Real Madrid, Caroline Weir scoring 2 in the foul on Hasegawa. The impressive physicality from Clinton, and then Wang on the turn. Possibilities for Spurs here. Wang looks wide for Bizet. Bizet's cross. Clinton whips one in to Kelly. After really would be a dagger in Spurs' hearts. Maybe Hemp's about to deliver it. Hemp's cross towards Shaw. Slightly chaotic piece about 10 minutes ago, where Hasegawa couldn't quite get the shot on target. So there was a warning shot in that sense, but take nothing away from the quality of the strike. Kelly decided to have a shot. Comes back for Hemp, who decides to do the same. And Votika go to the day, the 3rd of February 2022. This was a semi-final fixture. Manchester City winning 3-0. Park, Shaw and Hemp all scored. Half-time here in East London, in control, albeit only a 1-goal margin in it. Yui Hasegawa's fine strike, just her 2nd ever goal for the club after a neatly worked, but neither keeper has been overly busy aside from Votikova picking and a 9th straight win in all competitions. Spurs now kicking from left to right as we look at things. Looking more directly for the run of England in behind. She will offer a different threat up there in the way that she will. Lillehammer will hope that she can feed the. So the Black Cats, currently second in the championship, are going out. Intriguing battle on between Brighton and Aston in the first half, thanks to Fiatra Kisari. So that game is heading for extra time. Here goes Spurs, looking to build. Clinton. Graham. Been very good travellers recently under Gareth Taylor. They're going to need to show more of that here. Graham's cross. Ayan comes back for Suominen. Then Graham's balling, headed away by Kennedy. It was a touch isolated into the last minute of the 90. Hemp. Caught offside. Very much an above average level across the piece. Great ball forward towards Ayan, just a slightly heavy touch. WSL winners in 2016 and winners of this competition 4 times. They beat Arsenal, and it is to be yet another win against Tottenham. Wahhabi's got right in behind here, has ghosted through. Wahhabi's cutback was looking for Shaw. And Shaw dead. In comes the cross towards Shaw, who almost got her what seems to be teasing cross from Kelly. Shaw was just slightly off balance in the centre half, would seem a less obvious choice. On the bench yet to come on. Plays it back for Coombs. Really important block in there in the nick of time, and over from Mary Fowler with near enough her first touches since coming on. Took it down nicely, but the Australian international couldn't test Votikova. It's Khadija Bunny Shaw. Ball over the top is a brilliant one for Fowler, who can finish it here. And Votikova did flick it over. A good save from the Czech keeper. Fowler got it out of her feet to take it. Kelly's ball in, almost went in by the clock. Certainly the best way to do so. And they're coming very close to scoring a second goal to finish. Spreads it forward, it came off Ayan. Manchester City very much with the whip hand in this cup tie, but will just want the nerve settler of a second goal. Only takes one moment of brilliance to a goal from Swedish striker Stina Blackstenius. The difference. Spurs losing 3-1 in the quarterfinals against Chelsea. Sam Kerr scored. Graham. Nice 1-2, sets it up for Grant to cross. Park. First made her name in a Manchester City. Hemp. Ticking the ball around here with real purpose, and now Hemp crossing towards Shaw. Familiar combination. Game of AS Roma, having shared the goalkeeping duties for a while with Becky Spencer at Spurs. Spurs to find an equaliser, but that can all change in a second. Keating forward towards Hemp. Grant's header. Bartrett clear, and 3-1. The only blot on that head-to-head copybook for City is the game that's won in September 2021 at Manchester City, thanks to a somewhat fortuitous goal, one might say, where Rosello will offer a very different threat to Clinton. He's very much an inverted winger. Hasegawa. Now Manchester City pressing for a second through Hemp. with Shaw to aim for. Slightly nervous moment for Spurs there, which they get away with. Make their way out of that Manchester City press. In podcasts that it was like the meme about when you're so on your hustle that they ask the landlord to raise the rent, in terms of Robert Villahamon being tactically flexible. Kill the contest off. And just quite get it right. For interesting viewing. Here's Naz, good feed. Spurs building something. Graham. Then just runs into it. It can all change in a second. Spurs still believing and right in football across the men's and women's game due to coronavirus. Going to their bench at half-time. We're seeing this a lot more with teams having 5 subs available rather than 3. And Beth. And it is big things. Gareth Taylor said in more recent times we're starting to see the player we all thought that we would see. Here's Park with options left and right. Goes right, Hemp. Checks onto her preferred left foot. Was looking for Coombs. Might fall for Hasegawa. Hasegawa. This has 67. Thank you to MCW Stato for that notable number. Here's Angodal, puts it across. Trick pace of Lauren Hemp to get there at the far post. Debut last November was being tracked by several top European clubs. But having worked before with Robert Villahamon, that was one of the things that attracted her to join Spurs. Hasegawa, the goal scorer. London City Lionesses versus Arsenal called off. Manchester City looking for yet another semi-final spot. Although interestingly, a lot's changed since then. Ellie Roebuck, Alana Kennedy, Alex Greenwood, Demi Stokes and Lauren Hemp. The only 5 players left in the start. Grant playing touchline tango. It's off her. Important bit of work from Veen Keating. So good up there. Then slip forward for the tireless runner that is Lauren Hemp. Was trying to fight, they're fighting for it, but Veenberry's won it. And then we'll continue our run on. Relatively good tonight at restricting Manchester City's clear-cut chances for all their possession, but Spurs haven't created a lot. Maybe that will change. Goes round the outside, clips the cross in towards Shaw, who still has it, but at Newton short score from, albeit you wouldn't put anything past her. Back in again towards Hemp, who tries one on a... Lauren Hemp off target. The Queen of Norfolk, England's flying winger. He scored that accurate from those other games. Mute your audio now. Spurs look to build. England setting it back. In the Conti Cup semi-finals, of course, due to their European commitments, they are into the Champions League quarter-finals. And they were in the group stages. Hunt for a second. Fowler. Fowler's cross. Falls for Kelly. Kelly trying to get... Manchester City looking to make... And having anorexia nervosa as a teenager. Been a real inspiration to many for the way she's spoken about her struggles, which is the Spurs right. Clinton tends to prefer occupying the left, and then breakthrough season, Grace Clinton. Naz up there up against Hasegawa. Shaw. Khadija Bunny Shaw, who's only 3 off the Manchester City all-time scoring record. She has 64 time. Fowler in the corner. The 4-time winners are right on track to continue their dominance in this fixture, and they book a spot in the last 4. It finishes here in East London. Tottenham